And we should be back. I think we're back. We look like we're back. You know what? I'm going to play the intro like we normally do. How about we do that? Show 101 here of both mics. So let's go right ahead with the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
And we're coming in hot here, trying to get us up.
Yeah, notification. You get that notification?
No. It's probably why we had a problem there. There you are. Well, welcome
there I am.
To both mics.
Hey guys, Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. That is Mike Zofka.
And that is Mike Taylor, and we're trying to get through this shit show thing we call a show.
Called Both Mics. Welcome guys. We're at show 101 episodes of Both Mics. Anywhere podcasts can be heard.
We still don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, it's like day one.
Yeah, it's like the video's stalling out. And
yeah.
We'll just see.
You don't have enough bandwidth.
Yeah, well, at the new studios here, that was an eye-opener, but it is what it is. Let's try to make the best of it. Move forward here. Show 101. New studios. Yeah. Gonna have some quirks here. It's all right.
Yep, and this is kind of a restart, if anybody kind of caught us a little earlier. And it looks like our Twitch feed might be down again.
Yeah, it looks like it's up, but it was down. So maybe it's back up. I'm just going to keep
going.
Kind of
spooling here.
Till I see it stop there. So I'm going to go first calf out of the chute. I'm going to go right into the alien update because that's my favorite thing here. Now let me just find the buttons here.
All right.
My second favorite part of the show, the alien update.
Okay.
Buzz, look, an alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
Alright, the alien update. Mike, why don't you tell everybody what the alien update is? I love it. It's my second favorite part of the show. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Still can't hear you. We're off to a great start. There we go.
I put it on mute in case I sneeze or fart or something like that. So it's an update about aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's the alien update? It's an update about aliens? I mean, what are you doing to me here? I got no fucking problems here. Give me something to work with.
There's a hand-selected few people on this planet that make things happen more than anybody else. People like Jeffrey Bezos, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Branson, Bill Gates, and some other prominent people throughout history that get things done and seem to be a hell of a lot smarter than anybody else on this planet. How can that be? How can be just a few, less than 1% of the world make things happen like they make happen?
Oh, it's way less than 1%. There's 7 billion people on the planet. I can count about 7, I think, are aliens. So, anyway, my favorite one of all is this guy right here. Elon Musk.
Putin? Oh, I didn't
Yes,
recognize
yes.
him with the handkerchief on there.
If you're watching on
Was
twitch.tv
he a blood or a crip?
What's that?
Was that a blood or a crip in this case with
I
the
don't know.
black
I think it's a
bandana?
crip. I don't know. I think
Crip?
that's how he's protected himself against COVID, because that's scientifically proven that a piece of
Oh!
cloth from Walmart.
It's the third gang, the COVID gang.
Yeah.
So you got the red is the Bloods, the blue is the Crips, and the black are the COVIDs. I get it.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
So-
That's good to know. Did you ever see South Park
well,
where those two crippled kids, they're trying to start a new club called the Crips, and then they end up running into the Crips? Yeah, oh, it's great.
No.
Yeah, it's so
I
politically
missed that
incorrect.
one.
You know what? I want to apologize if anybody's offended by that. Go ahead and send Mike an email, Mike_Taylor at bothmics.com.
Nice. Yeah, it's one of the mics. Who knows which one? But yeah, you always remember the Bloods are red because blood is red, and so that make that by proxy or by a process of elimination that makes the Crips blue.
So before I get too far, I want to apologize. I'm in the janitor closet next to the bathroom at the new Both Mike Studios. They didn't quite have the interior done yet, and I'm already here, so that's it. It is what it is. This is what you get today, folks. But listen, there's going to be some content. I promise the show's going to get better here. We can't be any fucking worse than we already have. Look, Elon Musk has something terrifying about Russia, according to Complex OB7. He's saying that ever since the Kremlin launched a devastating attack on Ukraine, Elon Musk, known for his big bets on successful business ventures, as he is known for audacious eccentricities, has picked a side, and from the look of things, Russia is not in his good books. This is a guy who, when he tells you about a stock, when he tells you about cryptocurrency, boom, it jumps up, because people listen to this dude. And why wouldn't you? Because he's got a lot of money. Well, what he did again was he took to Twitter. This is what he does all the time. He usually rips Jeff Bezos. Now he's ripping Putin. He's challenging Putin to a fight. He's going to have Joe Rogan train him, and he's challenging him for a one-on-one combat for all the marbles. I can't make this shit up.
I think he's lost his marbles.
Do you really think that the president of Ukraine he's not really president because you're not president for over 20 years anywhere. That's a dictator. But you look at this cat and you wonder, is he even going to respond to something like this on Twitter?
Right.
Can he even get Twitter in Russia now?
Yeah. He's got things to do. And, Elon Musk has lost his mind, if that's a true story.
It's true, dude. I got the tweet. You can look on Twitter. You can look on the Twitter box, man.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
Twitter box.
Musk also tweeted, hate to say it, but we need to increase oil and gas output immediately, meaning in this country. Extraordinary times demand extraordinary measures. Obviously, this would negatively affect Tesla, but sustainable energy solutions simply cannot react instantaneously to make up for Russian oil and gas. So I agree with that. Have you been to Buc-ee's lately to get gas?
I have been to Buc-ee's, yes.
How much was the gas? Do you remember?
$3.99.
That's pretty good still, because most everywhere you drive around outside of a place like Buc-ee's, I've seen like $4.30, $4.29, $4.39. It's crazy.
Yeah, the other convenience store down the road got to like $4.45, something like that, and then it came slowly down. And I think they're at $3.99. They were at $4.02 yesterday, $3.99 today. So I'm guessing Buc-ee's, who was at $3.99 yesterday, is probably lower than that now.
Nice. I like those price wars like that.
I'm sorry?
I like a price war like that. That's good for us.
Yeah. Yes, competition is good.
Hey, so somebody else tweeted back to Musk and said, here's an idea. Shut down all the Tesla cars in Russia with a note saying, hi guys, you'll get your cars back when you stop fighting Ukraine.
Right.
Because they have the power to update your vehicle, right?
Yep. It's probably something they can do. You know, we've talked in the past about... Excuse me. We talked in the past about repossessing cars. Just program the car to come back to the dealership or the bank. You know, if they could do that, then they could turn off the cars in Russia.
So
there's probably 5 there for the 5 people that can afford them.
So apparently, one of his companies here, Starlink, he's been, and this is all based through Twitter back and forth. So it's documented. You can find this. This is the first couple weeks of March here that I'm referring to. This particular tweet was on March 5th from Musk. Starlink has been told by some governments, not Ukraine, to block Russian news sources. We will not do so unless at gunpoint. Sorry to be a free speech absolutist. I like that, though. That means he's not going to block people on his method of communication. It's going to outdo everything and everybody here soon. So wait till that thing gets up and running. It's going to be crazy, dude.
But Starlink?
Starlink, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's working already, I thought.
Well, it is, but I tried to sign up for it thinking, well, ain't got no internets there. I'll sign up for Starlink.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, hey, you got to get on the
horn
with Elon.
I'm signed up. In 2023 sometime, they're going to call me. That was the message back. I was like, I don't think you understand. I talk about this motherfucker every show.
Yeah. You're going to have to use smoke signals to let them, yes, we're good. Smoke signals.
Yes.
Please turn on Starlink.
Yes, yes. Oh, my God. It's a fucking train wreck here. All right, I got Musk back in the news more here. It's going to sound like the Elon Musk show today. That's the Tesla Model M.
Looks like a toy.
It's a motorcycle, dude. And it does look like
I know
a
it's
toy.
a motorcycle. It looks like a toy motorcycle.
This is according to Complex OB7. Again, this is just a couple days ago. He's saying that this is going to revolutionize motorcycles again. As of 2019, the electric motorcycle and scooter market is worth over $30 billion. The companies, Lime and Bird, both sell scutters, which include everything from large motorcycles to highway cruising to tiny stand-up. So they're saying that this is going to have an annual growth rate of more than 4% and reach $40 billion by 2026. So he's always where it's happening.
Right? Wow. It doesn't look like it has handlebars to steer.
It does. They're just in black and they're facing you. They're kind of where the gas would be in between the speedometer. It's just a bad angle.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's not real. It's all fucking photoshopped anyway.
Yeah, I'd have to see another angle. It looks weird.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm, doing the best I can here, Mike. I can only get you so many angles. Hell, I can't even get the angle of my camera to work for my fucking fat head. Look at me.
I didn't say you look weird. I said it looks weird.
I know, but I do look weird. I can take it.
Simmer down. Simmer down. Boy. Take a breath. Maybe 2.
I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. Right, I'm sliding through this Tesla M thing that I got here. Let me ask you, would you ride on that?
Would I ride on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it a whirl.
Yeah, if you're watching us
would I buy one? Yeah, at my age, no.
If you're watching us on twitch.tv/bothmics or on YouTube, make sure you take a look at this picture. If you're not, definitely log into those sites and take a look at this picture here. It's Musk with the Tesla M. It looks like one of those crotch rockets, one of those rice burners, where you're on the interstate and 6 of them past you. Like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rice burner, crotch rocket.
Well, think about it, okay? When we have electricity in this country, it works on electromagnetism. There's magnetical properties to these things. I got to thinking about it. You ever ride in your car and put your phone between your legs?
Yes.
Why would you give yourself radiation and exposure to magnetic devices right at your nutsack?
Because you don't think about things like that.
Yeah, I do it all the time, and I'm like, oh shit, I better put that over here. I guarantee you
it's
about 20 years or so, we're going to hear about cancer to the nuts and stuff from people doing that.
I said, are you concerned about your sperm count for some reason?
No, I don't know. Let me ask the intern. Am I concerned about my sperm count, intern? No answer. And somehow we just got offline here, and then we're back there. Okay, good. Anyway.
So, yeah. Interesting motorcycle story.
Yes.
Driving on Interstate 10 in San Antonio, and Pickup truck in front of me, about 50 to 100 feet in front of me. And he's just buzzing along. There's a cop next to me, and this motorcycle passes me on the left side. And out of the back of this pickup truck flips a mattress into the air and lays flat on the freaking surface of Interstate 10. Like a moth to a flame, this motorcycle went right for the mattress. The guy is wearing shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops.
No helmet.
No helmet. Hits the mattress, bounces off the fluffy mattress, and hits the highway and slides like you wouldn't believe, a good 20, 30 feet. Yeah, there was skin everywhere.
Oh, my God.
And the pickup truck pulls over, and the cop next to me pulls over, and everybody pulls over and is trying to pull this mattress out of the middle of the street, and this guy is just bloody head to toe. Got up, one flip-flop on, hopping around on the hot highway. I'm sure it was the middle of the summer. Yeah, but like a moth to a flame, man.
So,
he went right for that mattress.
What happened to his legs or leg? Or, was it like a cheese grater went by it or what?
Yeah, exactly. Road rash like you wouldn't believe.
Well, he's lucky to have a leg, I bet. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, he just slid. He didn't hit anything hard, just slid on the highway. And, I'm getting the willies just thinking about it. Ugh.
Yeah, there's no way, dude. I've done that when I was in high school. Senior year in high school, beach week. Thing that we used to do down here in Florida when you used to go, well, you went to the beach for a week after school let out. Like the seniors got out like the week before everybody else. So you could prepare for graduation or whatever. And we got out and we just all went to the beach. Somebody's sister, cousin, uncle, mom, dad put the hotel room on a credit card. You had 18 people in one room. It was fucking crazy, dude. You didn't sleep, just drinking, smoking, all this shit. You go, so what do? I see people riding their motorcycles up and down Daytona Beach, right? And I'm like looking at them, and a couple of them are like rental bikes, and I see a rental bike place. So I walk over, and they're like, oh, you have to have a credit card. So I got my credit card for emergencies only that I got. And I decided this was an emergency. I needed to ride a fucking motorcycle on the sand.
A motorcycle emergency,
Beach week, yes. So I got my bathing suit on. I got flip-flops on. And I go over and rent a motorcycle. And they rent it to me. I'm 18 years old. They rent it to me, okay?
Wow.
And so I rent the bike. I get a block from where I'm supposed to be. I'm at a stop sign. I start off. I hit the gas too hard. Turned it immediately. Slammed into two parked cars. Broke mirrors off. Bloodied my leg a little bit. And you're right. I was still missing a flip-flop. So I went back to the room. I parked the bike, went back to the room, cleaned up, put a little Band-Aids on, and then I went out and rode the bike. I had a great time. It was a little sideways. It was a little fucked up a little bit. So I waited till after they closed to return the bike. And the guy's like, just closing up. I'm like, oh, here's the bike. Ha ha, thanks, see you later. And I'm like, whew, I'm out, right?
Right.
In an hour, I get a phone call to the room. And I happen to be in the room. And it's the dude. He's like, you fucking wrecked my bike. You owe me $5,000. And I know you hit those cars and da-da-da-da. I'm like, wow, this is really a fucking nightmare here. So he's like, look, I know where you're staying. I know everything here. I got your driver's license number. I'm going to call the state patrol, the highway patrol. And I don't know, were we off? We look like we dropped off Twitch here. Let's see. We're stalling out here. Man, I'm going to leave some disappointed people. I hope not.
Twitch is up, I think.
Yeah, not on my end. Maybe it's me.
Yeah. Here, wave in the air. Let's see.
All right. What I see on Twitch here, I'll wave. Can you see me on Twitch?
Okay, now it's kind of lagging.
Okay, there we go. Now we're back. So anyway, let me finish this story here. So the guy calls the room, and he's talking to me and telling me about, I know you wrecked my bike, and I know you hit that car, and I had $5,000 worth of damage to this bike. And I'm like, bullshit, dude. It was like one Kawasaki 250 things, like a dirt bike. What do you mean street legal? Yeah. So he's like, I tried to run your card for the $5,000 and it wouldn't take it. So you need to bring me $5,000. You got an hour. And I'm like, wow, dude, that's pretty fucking crazy. So he tells me he knows where I'm at. He knows everything about me. I don't know what the fuck to do. So I go to some of my closest friends here who are having a party with me at Beach Week, and they're like, wow, that's fucked up. Like, nobody's near me. Nobody's going to help me out here, right? So I'm like, all right. So I waited for this motherfucker, and he didn't show up, and that's it. That's the end of the story. I know.
That's nothing. He was just bluffing?
I guess he was trying to see if he could make a quick $5,000. But I did fuck up the bike. I did do it.
He's got insurance.
Yeah, he's got insurance for that shit. All right, well, Musk...
Yeah, in 1985, he expected to run a credit card and there'd be $5,000 in room on it.
On an 18-year-old? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought I was one of them silver spoon babies. Not many kids have a credit card at 18.
Back in 85, that's for sure. Yeah. I had my mom's mobile gas card. That's it.
I put up a picture on twitch.tv/both mics, YouTube here. I put up a picture of Elon Musk. I know you think this is the Elon Musk show. It's not both mics. There's his partner in life, his better half. I don't know. Her last name's Grimes, I guess. That's what I'm getting here.
Okay.
I don't know her first name.
Picture looks kind of weird.
Apparently, she said to somebody that she feels as if they're living below the poverty line. That Musk lives as though he's desperate for another paycheck. Grimes was already wealthy, but she fell in love with Musk. The Vancouver native developed a cult following due to her literary, sci-fi influenced songs, music videos, and out-of-this-world public persona. She and Musk were a match made in a galaxy far away. See, they're saying she's an alien, too.
Well, God, what's below the poverty line for a billionaire? It probably living better than we do. That's what she considers the poverty line.
He doesn't let her upsize at the drive-thru at McDonald's. She can't go large on the fries.
He doesn't let her take the Learjet and jet set to Vegas with her friends to party and go shopping.
I have seen him say that the middle class is the middle class because they will spend their money, and the rich are the rich because they'll invest their money. And I thought that was pretty spot on, pretty poignant, pretty to the point, But what's his name? Warren Buffett does this. The Oracle of Omaha, the guy that's got a lot of money, owner of Berkshire Hathaway. That stock trades for like what, $2,400 or whatever.
He lives in $270,000.
Yeah, he lives in a house that was built brand new, like in the 80s, for like $40,000, and he still lives there. It's like a brick house. It's like a regular 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. That's where he lives. He doesn't need anything more than that. Anyway.
Let's see, Berkshire Hathaway stock. Oh. I'm surprised. Okay, $358 a share.
She says, this chick Grimes goes on to say that bro wouldn't eat. This is a quote. This is according to cheatsheet.com. A showbiz cheat sheet. She says, quote, bro wouldn't even get a new mattress, she explained. Bro does not live like a billionaire. Bro, why is she calling him bro? Is she got a brother thing? Is this some sort of fantasy? Bro lives at times below the poverty line to the point where I was like, can we not live in a very insecure $40,000 house where the neighbors like film us and there's no security and I'm eating peanut butter for 8 days in a row? Stop.
Wow.
Stop. She's not eating peanut butter for 8 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, she needs to freaking get smart and call common law marriage and then take him for half of what he's got and freaking leave. Yeah. And
well, he did have his money in his companies before they met, so apparently he's got a lot of kids. In 2000, Musk married Justine Wilson, and together they had 6 children, all boys. Their first child died from SIDS. I guess that's sudden infant syndrome.
Death syndrome. Yeah. Yeah,
in 2002. Spooky. His twin boys, Griffin and Xavier, were born in 2004. 2 years later, triplets, Kai, Saxon, and Damien were born.
Damn.
The couple divorced in 2008, and Musk began dating Tallulah Riley, whom he eventually married in 2010. They divorced in 2012, remarried in 2013, and divorced again in 2016.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's intolerable.
In 2018, Musk appeared at the Met Gala with Grimes on his arm, according to Page 6. The couple met online when Musk discovered a joke about artificial intelligence on Grimes' Twitter account. Musk reached out to Grimes, whose real name is Claire Boucher. And it's Boucher, I guess. Boucher. I guess if you're in New Orleans, it's Boucher.
Is that French?
Yeah, I think so. Claire with an E. With a double major in psychology and philosophy and a minor in Russian studies, she seems to be a match for Musk. So there you go. Musk has 3 baby mamas, 6 kids. He's just working to grind like a buster. He's out there. Wonder how much child support he pays.
How much do you think those sunglasses cost her?
Oh, at least
more than a can of pee.
Oh, at least a chirp and a rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, and more than a jar of peanut butter.
They look like some sort of smart glasses where she could touch them and somebody would bring her a cold beer or something like it. And look at her, how her shirt's poking out, like she's got the Madonna titties from 1980 there. You see that?
Yeah, I've been staring at that since you put the picture up. I'm like, okay,
and it even has like a little
outside,
nipple look to it.
Yeah, and like Elon's out there sweating. It looks like he has a sweat stain that looks like the country of Australia, and his freaking nipples are hard. So he's out in the heat, sweating with hard nipples, and she's got the Madonna cone going on there. Just one Madonna cone.
See, they're that alien blood, that blue blood that's inside, and we have blue blood until it hits the oxygen and it turns red. Their blue blood stays blue, and they're like the reptilian race of people from out of this world, extraterrestrials. They have cold blood, much like the reptiles on this planet. Their blood's a lot colder. They have to go out in the sun to warm up, and that's what he's doing. That's why he's got the hard nipples, and that's why she has them too. They're actually cold-blooded now they're in the hot sun. No,
nice.
You're not buying it. Come on.
No,
that sounds good, dude.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It looks like they're at a festival or something, like some sort of event. There's all sorts of people around
that's what I was
them.
thinking.
I don't see a bunch of security.
No, unless the guy in between him there with the blue lanyard, maybe he's a security guy. Actually, the guy all the way on the right and the guy between them both have blue lanyards on. So maybe they're out.
There's one in front of him and one behind him. Yeah. So one's
maybe
clearing the way and the other one's
Tesla,
checking the back door.
Yeah, the Tesla 5K. Maybe they're running or something.
Honey, I got great news. I got to walk behind Musk today. He farted 3 times. What do you go home and tell your wife after that day? Well, hey, how was your day, honey? I walked behind, and you should see it. Not only did Musk fart 3 times, his girlfriend ripped ass more than that. No?
Yeah, before we got on the air, I was watching a little short video on Facebook, and it was this kid. It sounded like he was in his 20s, and he's like, "Oh, Grandma, thank you so much. We had a great time for Christmas, blah, blah, blah." Then he's walking along, and you could see her oxygen hose on the floor. And he gets over to her oxygen machine. He squats down, and turkey farts right in the oxygen machine.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, "All right, guys, see you later."
Oh!
And all of a sudden you hear, she starts gagging and freaking screaming. It
was my God.
And of course, the caption across the bottom is, "If you laugh, you're going to hell." Yeah. So I will save you a seat in hell.
Yes, well, I mean, that's funny stuff.
It is.
Check it out. This is the modular homes of the future here. Here's the $15,000 Elon Musk house. This is unveiled through Tesla's new sustainable program.
All right. I'm all for affordable housing. You know, in my 20s, I was like, when I wanted to buy my first house, I was like, they should just make a subdivision or an area and just have real cheap houses, and this way, like, people can live in these houses.
They have that. It's called the projects.
It's called a what?
The projects.
The project, yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you have the cheapest housing around, it becomes the projects. So Elon Musk is not immune to the projects. You know, you sell houses, you can't pick and choose who you sell them to. There's laws against that, you know, federal laws.
Well, this looks this looks like something. It looks like a desktop computer on its side with a glass door in the middle. It looks like it comes and they maybe stretch it out. Probably comes on a flatbed. They forklift it off. They stretch it out, and boom, there's your house.
Right. Now, being in the mortgage business, how do you finance something like this? You finance it like a personal loan.
No, even in the car business, some car finance companies won't approve a loan program to somebody that lives in what they call a wobbly. That's like a derelict term for somebody that lives in a mobile home community with wheels on their house. If you have wheels on your house, they won't finance you because they know you could take that fucking house and move it somewhere else.
Right. And FHA and HUD are the same way. If it's a single wide, you can't finance it. If it's a double wide, you can finance it. The wheels have to be off. The tongue has to be off. It has to be up and solid. And it can't be older than 1978 or 1976.
And then good luck getting insurance on it. And then if we have a freaking hurricane or tornado,
hurricane areas,
you're screwed, man. What do they say? If you're in a mobile home community, you want to evacuate. Fuck that. I mean, I get it. Some people have no choice, and some people want to live that way. God bless you, whatever. But when a hurricane comes, I want to be in a block house, dude.
Right. Now, this thing, how do you finance it? I'm guessing it's going to be a personal loan. It's not going to be a mortgage. And what do you do with it? You have to rent a plot of land at the Elon Musk community in order to live there. So, yeah, there's a lot more to it than it seems. You know, and if you own your own property to put it on, to buy a lot, you cannot buy it with 100% financing. You need like 20 or 30% down to buy a lot. So I see a lot of holes in this. So go ahead and I guess go through the article, see what it says.
No, it just talks about all this stuff. It's boring, blah blah blah. I just think the fact that he's put it out there again, and this is a guy. Check this out. I mean, if you think about it, he's got SpaceX going. He's got Tesla, the car company, going. He's got Neuralink happening. He's got the Boring Company. That's how they bore those tunnels for the Hyperloops. And he's coming up with a yacht and now a house. Tell me this guy ain't no fucking alien. Come on, man.
Yep. And I think we'll be talking about later, he's doing semi-trucks, right?
Matter of fact, we're going to talk about that in the show here, I think, coming up. Hang on. Let me look at my guy here.
I saw the article.
Yes.
I think
Speaking of the Neuralink, he's got a phone coming out. Okay? Now, somebody's calling it the Tesla Pi with the Pi symbol. I don't know. I don't have verification of that anywhere. I don't know. But they're saying, remember when Bluetooth first came out? You saw everybody with the Bluetooth thing, and they thought they were cool, and they had the Bluetooth? This will work like Bluetooth, but added the Neuralink in your head. And one of the things they said in this article on Elon Musk Neuralink.com, they're saying that, let's say you're in an accident, you have this phone, and you have the Neuralink, and you're incapacitated, but you're conscious, like you can't, there's nobody to talk to, you can't talk or whatever, you can't get to your phone, whatever. They say it'll take your thoughts from your brain and send messages via, like, whatever you're thinking will get sent out via the Neuralink. So I can think, dial 911, I'm in help, I'm bleeding on the road,
Yeah, I'm past the point now where I'm saying, prove it. I don't believe it because, like they said in the past, if you can think it and you can come up with an idea, eventually it can happen. Where there's a will, there's a way. Necessity is the mother of all invention, and if they say it can happen, they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You know?
especially a guy like Musk. I don't think he's going to go out there and say shit like this if he doesn't know it's going to happen already. Do you know what I mean? How many failures can you count on Musk? He's probably got a bunch of them, but he hasn't broadcast them. We don't know about them. He's not going to put it out there if it's a failure. No way.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the other day, you know, we look at a vinyl record and we're like, no, but you put the needle on and the noise comes out, no problem. You know, every time you put the needle in the same spot, the same song comes out. But God, when it was, I guess, invented pre-50s, 30s, late 1800s, I don't know. But yeah, to take a piece of vinyl and carve grooves in it, and there's music in there.
I can remember.
And then it goes through a wire.
Yeah.
It goes through a wire to a speaker, and a speaker. How the hell does a speaker even work? But it does, and we just take it for granted. So these things that we're seeing now, you know, Neuralink and all this stuff, we're looking at like, what the hell? People back in the day were saying the same thing about a record and a stereo and all that crap. So, you know, yeah. If they say you can do it, you can do it eventually.
That's like us. I said we were going to have a show, and come hell or high water, we're having a shit show. I like it. Anyway.
I'm losing my voice.
Welcome to the new Both Mic Studios. Naming rights are available. Contact me this week. I will have a naming rights this week on the Both Mic Studio. But anyway, are you for this Neuralink thing? Where do you want people to know what you're thinking? Like my thing, it'll accidentally happen. Like whatever my thought is, I'm like, oh no, don't send that tweet. You know, I'd be hitting myself in the head. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. You know, there's no back button.
I should have thought that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're SOL. You know, you have to be more careful. You know? It's like when you go on a cruise and you put your phone on airplane mode.
Yes.
And if you accidentally hit the button that takes your phone off airplane mode, you start getting notifications out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Well, guess what? You're going to pay for it. So you need to be extra cautious of what you're doing.
You sound like a man from experience.
Yeah, my wife somehow hit her button on her phone, and our next phone bill was an extra $275.
Nice.
So yeah, don't hit your airplane mode. Keep that crap on airplane mode.
Great. Well, I'm looking, and it looks like we're stalled on Twitch again here, and it looks like we're back. So yeah, let's just keep going.
We're back on my end here.
Yeah, we're back. Hey, this is a new Whopper. This is called the Whopper Melt. Have you seen this?
The Whopper Melt?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's new. It's crazy. And of course it's going over like gangbusters, right? Yeah, not so much. I want to show you the actual picture of the actual sandwich. That's what the actual sandwich looked like when it was served. Now, doesn't it look a lot different than those sandwiches there?
Oh my God.
All right, here.
God, Burger King.
I'll give you another one.
Used to be a great place.
Yeah. Here's another one. That's the sandwich.
God, it used to be like in competition with McDonald's. You know, I worked at Burger King in high school, and I remember kids I worked with getting in fights with kids from McDonald's over which one was better. And it was a good quality product. And like recently, I thought it was just Texas that Burger King went to crap, and it was horrible and horrible service and just crap food.
There's at least two Burger Kings that were within driving distance of my house that both closed.
Yeah, the one in San Antonio closed too. But what was I going to say? It's just crap quality and dirty, and it just seems like they have crap employees, and they're like not trying. Literally, when I worked for them, they used to have a QVC. Or QSC, something like that, and it would be like a secret shopper that would come in and freaking. We were on top of things, and right by my house, by the other gas station, there's a Burger King, and I just stopped going there altogether because they couldn't get their crap together. Everything was just made horribly, stuff just laying around. You know, just 3 customers in the whole entire place, and like they have food sandbagged to serve. Like, you got people coming in. There's no line out the door. Make your food fresh to order, and you'll retain your people. You'll get more people coming back. But no, they just have French fries that are cold, and you get that crap. And
usually you're at the drive-thru, okay? And usually by the time you leave, if you're missing something or something's fucked up on your order, no matter where you are, you look at it and you go, oh, damn. Now, in your mind, you're doing the quickest math ever. If I have to turn around, park, go in, I don't have time for that. That's why I went through the drive-thru. And you're like, fuck it. I'll call them later. You never call them. They never know. And that's what happens.
Well, here's the thing, right? Yeah. So one exit up, there's another Burger King. And I stopped there once, and I got a breakfast sandwich. And I'm like, wow, this Burger King is not like others. This one's got their S together. I'm going to come back to this Burger King and not go to the one right next to my house.
Good for you.
Well, this past Thursday, was Brenda's book club night. Book club was at our house this particular month.
I think we're paused on Twitch here.
Yeah, we are.
It's still rolling, it says, but it's got us paused, so that's all right. Hang on.
Well, it'll spool for a few minutes, and then it'll cut off if it doesn't come back on. So, at the book club, we left. I picked up the boys from school. We went to Buc-ee's and bought a bunch of stuff at Buc-ee's, and we went up to the Burger King because of this excellent experience I had a couple months ago. So go inside, and there's two tables. There's a guy by himself in a freaking like a Parker, like it's freaking November in Chicago, and he's on his little Chromebook, playing with his phone and on his Chromebook. Weird guy. And of course, there's a table of a guy and a gal, and they're having Burger King too. So order our food, and it looked like there was 3 or 4 high school kids. Didn't see any manager, just running the place. So no one in the drive-thru. Turn around with our food. Every single table in the entire restaurant is dirty.
Yep.
Is dirty. Yep. Shoes sticking to the floor. Yeah. So we find a fairly clean table right next to the guy on his computer.
Yeah.
And French fries were decent. Onion rings were cold and old. The chicken fries for the kids were good. They made those to order. My burger, sitting around. Xander's burger, sitting around. And no sauce for the chicken. No ketchup. They didn't offer anything like that.
And it probably cost you around $26 for that experience.
Believe it or not, I think you might be right there. You might be right. Yeah, and I guess when I left, we were the last ones out of there at 7:45, and as we walked out the door at 7:45, they locked the door behind us.
Well, yeah, they don't want any business; they just want to sit around, man. That's what you get for $15 an hour.
So that and the thing is, like, your dining room closes at 8:00.
Well, yeah.
Really?
See, they've conditioned their clientele. See, that's the thing, and that was a hard thing in the restaurant business. When I used to open restaurants, you used to not know what the market really was, but at the same time, you set the rules from jump. If you're open till 10 and on a Tuesday it's slow after 9, you don't close the doors at 9:40 because the grill's clean already. No, you don't know who you're gonna miss. And you know what? Next time you're going to miss them again. You know why? Because you were fucking closed when you were supposed to be open. That used to bug the shit out of me, dude. Anyway.
Right.
Sorry, I'm on a rampage.
Unless Run DMC is playing at the House of Blues, then close the fucking door.
Yes. Speaking of McDonald's, we talked about them for a second here. McDonald's responded from this Whopper melt, all this great publicity that Burger King's getting. By the way, they're not going to be a sponsor anytime soon. But McDonald's has updated its workforce on diversity and equity.
Okay.
Yes, you heard that right. McDonald's is changing the way they do business with diversity-owned media partners from 4% to 10% by the end of 2024. They want women to hold more than the 41% of McDonald's global leadership roles, or the senior director and above. That's up from 37% in 2020. The goal was 40. You know what this is, dude? Don't tell me this is equity. Don't tell me this is equality. Do you know what happens when you establish equality, or you have to go out and go above and beyond and disqualify somebody simply because of their race, sex, or national origin? You are now being racist. You are now being unfair. You are now being sexist because you're establishing that the playing field is not equal for all. You think you have to give other people a leg up. Yes, sometimes people need help, but let's level the playing field a little bit. Let me ask you a question, Mike. Back in 1985, when you got out of high school, if you knew that you would take out a student loan and never have to pay it, would your path be a little bit different?
Yeah, I probably would have finished college and not paid the damn loan at all.
Now, if you knew when you got out of college, you would have a better chance than the guy sitting on your left or the guy sitting on your right because of your age, sex, creed, national origin, race, whatever. Everyone's saying equality, equality, equality. In order to do the things they're saying they want to do to stay ahead and stay woke, these people have to go above and beyond and be unfair and unequal to get that so-called equality. Am I missing something? Did I miss something?
I hear you. I hear you.
All right. This new studio's got me wound up. They're pumping in like vapor cocaine through the air vents here or something. I'm all hyper now.
And if we back up, talking about fast food, if you want a good patty melt, don't go to Burger King for it. Go to Whataburger. Whataburger has the best patty melt ever on the planet, made with Texas toast, not rye bread. It is phenomenal. Better than Freddy's, better than I've ever had. Go to freaking Whataburger.
Okay.
And
that's a sponsor
right down the road
there.
from Burger King. They're building a brand new Whataburger, and we pulled up, and there was a guy out in the parking lot in an orange shirt, and I was like, "Ooh, they're open!" Now it was just a construction worker in an orange shirt.
Well, keep driving by there as they look like they're finished. If you see the crew in there training, because sometimes they have friends and family night that you could slip in on.
Yeah, it'd be nice, right? It looks complete. Like even the menu boards are turned on. You know, the LCD TVs that they use for menu boards, those are turned on.
Well, how far is the next nearest Whataburger from this one?
Like downtown Jacksonville.
Well, so maybe probably they're doing 25 training at that store and bringing it over. You never know.
Yeah. We went to Whataburger once, and they were actually training people for another Whataburger that was opening, and we went into the dining room, and there was one table available because every table had 4 orange Whataburger employees at it. And there must have been 20 employees in the kitchen. Yeah, and they couldn't get out of their own way. And that was the worst Whataburger experience I ever had. But yeah, yum, Whataburger. Patty melt, do it.
Thank you for sharing. And executive at Whataburger, you can reach me at Mike_Sofka at bothmikes.com.
Yeah.
Walmart's closing stores. Did you hear that?
Good.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said with the Burger King. That's Walmart. Walmart's Burger King. Target's McDonald's, or some other store is McDonald's, where it's not the best, but it's a step above the other options. They have more than 5,000 locations across the U.S., but they got a couple stores that are failing, and they're actually closing some of them. There's some, you can find all this out. You can find if your neighborhood Walmart's closing, but there's a lot of them. There's a bunch of them going to be
I think
closed.
Kentucky and Ohio.
Yeah.
I never seen a Walmart in New Jersey. I saw two in New York, but I never seen one in New Jersey. Yeah, they're a big union kind of area, so you're not going to find a Walmart in New Jersey.
Yeah, my son,
or downstate New York.
My son was abused by them through his college career, and that he worked overnights doing shelf stocking and stuff like that. Then they promoted him to some sort of management position, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm out." You saw the way he thought it was bad the way they treated the employee. The managers got treated worse, but The GM
Wow.
of a Walmart, even a back in the day Walmart, like from the 90s, before it had a lot of food and before it was these giant super centers, you pull in 6 figures easy as a GM of one of them places. So, and that was back then.
That makes sense.
We keep rolling,
but, you know.
stalling out on Twitch, but we keep jumping back. So if you're listening to us and we're choppy, that is what it is. I'm sorry. Go. You know what you can do? You can go to the nearest Walmart near you and call me back and tell me if it's closed. How about that?
Yeah, I hate going there. Sometimes there's no other choice, but I hate going there.
Oh, I haven't been, and you know the story. We've talked about it before since that lady tried to steal my wife's purse. That was like friggin' 20 years ago. I haven't been back.
Wow.
Did you hear about this guy who was served chemicals instead of beer? He just won $8 million in a trial case in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Henderson Casino has to pay him $8 million because they served him chemical cleaning fluid instead of beer. Apparently they were cleaning the lines and the bartender didn't know it, walked over, pulled a draw for a sample for the guy, and it was all chemical.
Okay. It didn't resemble beer?
I would have thought a good bartender would notice the difference between the dark beer, light beer, hoppy, lager, whatever it was. You know, I think he would know the difference.
And the smell of cleaner. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Measure twice, cut once.
$8 million, dude. $8 million.
Yeah. And at least he's alive to enjoy it.
He said he experienced a sudden intense burning in his mouth, on his tongue, and down his esophagus into his stomach. He soon began convulsing, hyperventilating, violently vomiting before the Henderson Fire Department arrived to the scene. Enright's, this guy's name is Enright. Enright's lawyers said he suffered permanent nerve and tissue damage and will have a lifelong burning sensation in his tongue as well as ulcers on his esophagus. This is according to WFTV.com news. I get it.
Yeah.
Is not being able to taste or having a burning sensation on your tongue forever worth $8 million to you? Would you take the $8 million if you had a choice?
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know, and if it did that much damage to him, where he's going to have non-repairable damage to his body, it should have been more than $8 million.
Well, Barley's
more than likely that was probably the cap on the insurance policy that the restaurant had, and they just took it.
Well, the place is called Barley's, like barley, like a beer. Barley's Casino and Brewing Company had admitted liability for the incident, but argued that Enright should only receive $300,000.
Yeah. No. Wow. Yeah.
Sounds like they were trying to play a game of blackjack with him for the 300 or $8 million. Ready? Here we go. Flip a coin.
Right.
Here's a show that I know you're going to want to see. It's over at Ocoee, Mike. Friday, April 8th, 2022. Now, when I came across this, and I put a picture up of it on twitch.tv/bothmikes and YouTube. When I first came across this, it was weird to me. Like, I couldn't determine if this was an online event or a live in-person event. It acts like a live in-person event on the event page on Facebook. But then again, it looks like it's at a specific location that you can go see in Ocoee. Friday, April 8th. Headliner, Vanilla Ice. Come on, Mike. You're a big Ice Baby fan, right?
Yeah. No. You remember his defense with the whole David Bowie thing?
Extra beat in there or something?
Yeah. It's not dun 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 dun. It's dun 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 or something like that. And
Crazy. Crazy. Also appearing with Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass. Come on. You're a big Rob Bass guy, right?
No clue.
How about Tag Team?
Okay. Did that WWE?
No, haven't you seen the ice cream commercial? They have, for Progressive, they're making ice cream. They're the ones that did that song, Whoop, There It Is.
How about Tone Loc? I guess the ice cream commercial was Scoop, There It Is.
Yes, with the ice cream. Yes.
Yeah.
So Ingenious. Come on. Do the wild thing. Remember that guy?
He's got to be like 4,000 years old.
Yeah, I mean, these are all great one-hit wonders, man. And you also get the guy, Freedom Williams, from CC in the Music Factory. Everybody dance now. Dun, 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 dun. Watch YouTube challenge me because I hummed the song. Watch this.
Yeah, no. I've heard of Tone Loc.
So you're not going to see any of these guys? Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Tag Team, Tone Loc?
No, at the Gangster Mall? Is it going to be at the West Oaks Mall?
It's at the Magic Mall, yeah. Yeah, it's at the Magic Mall.
The West Oaks Mall's in Ocoee.
Yeah. Maybe the West Oaks
So
Mall
are my ex...
Is the West Oaks Mall the new Magic Mall?
Yes. Yeah, that's why my kids called it the Gangster Mall. And my ex-in-laws live in Ocoee, where my ex-father-in-law used to go to the barber, who was also the head of the Grand Wizard for the KKK in the lovely Orlando area.
Nice.
So, yeah, you want to get a haircut and a white hood, head on over to the very, very end of Silver Star Road, right by the post office in Ocoee.
And that's real close to that Crime Mills area, dude. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, that was the whole Ocoee massacre, right? When did that happen? Let's Google box that.
Wasn't that Rosemont or Rosewood or something?
Rosemont. God.
Yes.
We almost rented we went to look at commercial space there in Rosemont, and for our mortgage company back in the mid 2000s or 2000s. Ocoee. How do you spell that? OCC.
I used to play competitive APA pool back in the day in the 90s. And
yeah, well,
and I've been to a place in that area there, and let me tell you, I'm glad I had a pool stick with me on the way in and on the way out if I needed it. I mean, it was rough.
Yeah. I misspelled Ocoee, and I put OCCOE instead of OCOEE.
Yeah.
And the second thing that comes up, first thing is Ocoee, Florida, city in Florida. Second thing, Ocoee Massacre.
Nice. I didn't know. What is this, an Indian
thing?
The
Ocoee Massacre was an incident of mass racial violence which saw a white mob attack numerous African-American residents in the northern part of Ocoee, Florida, a town located in Orange County near Orlando. The massacre took place on November 2nd, 2020, the day of the presidential election.
Stop. Just stop, buddy.
Yeah. By most estimates, a total of 30 to 35 black people were killed in the violence. Most African Americans owned buildings and residences in northern Ocoee.
What's the source?
Were burned to the ground. I'm on the Wikipedia. Wikipedia.
Who writes Wikipedia?
Your mom.
Exactly. Stop. You're killing me. I would have heard about this, dude. I was here. It's right down the road.
Oh, come on. No, dude. Come on. I've heard about it before, previous to just now. I didn't pull it out of my ass.
All right.
Other African Americans living in southern Ocoee were later killed and driven out of town by the threats of further violence being used against them. Thus, Ocoee essentially became an all-white or sundown town. The massacre had been described as the single bloodiest day in modern American political history.
I'm going to research this.
Wow.
2020, stop. All right.
No, 1920.
Oh, I thought you said 2020, dude.
I may have, dude. I'm not the best freaking reader.
Yeah. All right, look, we got less than 2 minutes. Got a minute and a half. Before we take off here, I want to show a bit of video. I got a new segment I'm going to try out here, and this is called Something You Don't See Every Day. Now, I don't have an intro. I don't have any fancy music or anything, but I figured I'd start this one with something true. And these are things you're going to have to look at the video to really appreciate. So if you're on the podcast, you're going to have to jump over. This is something you don't see every day. What is that, Mike?
This is something you don't see every day.
It's a 20-foot alligator dragging a 6-foot alligator across a golf course here in Florida.
Yeah, saying it's common here in Florida. In Missouri, not so much.
You don't see that every day.
You don't see that every day.
No. Anybody shout out to, Mike?
Here's something you don't see every day. No. No, not now. I'll think of something later to shout out to.
All right, I'll give a shout out to Gino Losi. Go fishing. Go check out my friends at the Melon Patch Theater. Check with Dustin Levine. Donate some money. Go see a play over there. What else? Yada yada. There's something else. Anyway, I'll make up for it next show, I promise. And we're going to be out of here.
All right, guys. Cool.